y'all? Your girl Sandy. Okay, as you guys can tell by the title, doing something a little different today. I am in the process of revamping my vision board, just updating it a little bit, taking down some things and putting up some new goals. And anyway, I thought this would be a great opportunity to show you guys what my vision board looks like and where it's at right now. And because I've been getting a lot of questions about my vision board. I've made reference to my vision board a bunch of times on Facebook and Twitter and letting you guys know when I've purchased materials for it or whatever the case. And anyway, I've made some references and I've gotten some questions and requests to do a video on my vision board. And for those of you guys who don't know what a vision board is, okay, I don't know if a lot of you are familiar, but a lot of people heard a lot about this book called The Secret and heard it a lot from Oprah, okay, and she had it on her show an awful lot, and she lives by this, okay, and this is actually the book right here. I got this from Target, if you guys are looking, but I know you can get these pretty much anywhere, and there's actually some videos on The Secret on YouTube as well, so it kind of explains it a little further. But anyway, there's several series of this book, but the main book that was talked about was The Secret, and it's basically, and not to get all preachy, but this is basically the gist of it. It's just based on the law of attraction. So it's basically if you think about it and you put it out there, that's what you attract. Your thoughts provoke what you attract. Okay, so and it's very, very, very paraphrased. All right, so definitely highly encourage those of you guys if you're looking for something to kind of give you a little inspiration, something that kind of gives you inspiration and direction. If there's some things that you want to accomplish, I would definitely look into the book. It's not this whole spiritual thing. If you're not a spiritual person, it's not so much a preachy book. It is spiritual. It is all about your thought process and what you put out there physically on a positive. But when you read it, you'll fully understand. But one of the things that they talk about is really just putting your thoughts out there and kind of living what you want to attract, along with a lot of other things. Okay, one of the things that a lot of people got from the book was making a vision board, and a vision board is basically, well, generally speaking, it can be something like an emery board that you pin little, ideas, pictures, whatever, goals that you want to accomplish, and you kind of just put it in a really prominent place. It could be in your house, it could be at your office, it could be in your car, it could be in your bedroom, whatever the case, and it just serves as a reminder that you kind of look at every single day to kind of keep you focused on some of the things that you're trying to accomplish, okay? And like I said, I'm paraphrasing an awful lot. Definitely make sure to check out some of the videos that are available on YouTube. I'll see if I can put some in the description box. So check out the description box. If I can find some, I'll throw them in there too. But I would definitely highly recommend this book to at least take a look at it. It's definitely worth it. Take a look and I'll be able to show you exactly what it is and hopefully inspire you guys to maybe make one for yourself. It doesn't have to be done exactly like this, but again, I'm hoping to be able to inspire someone else to do it if they so wish to do so. And for those of you guys who just want to know what a vision board is, this is what it is, so enjoy. All right, y'all, here is our vision board, okay? And I'm just gonna kind of go through it and kind of show you guys some of the things that I put out in there. I won't do everything, of course. As you guys can see, there's a lot of gaps on there right now, although it looks full, but I like mine almost full to the point where you can't see any of the cork board. I got this cork board at Office Max, okay? I took some stuff down because it had personal information on it, like I wrote a check to myself for just a goal that I wanted to attain in life, and it has my banking information on it, so I took that down, so that's why there's some gaps on here, and also because I've taken some things down that I've accomplished so I can put new things up here. It's in my master bedroom. It's right where I can see it as I walk into the bathroom. So anyway, let's go ahead and get started. So this is a picture of me from just a few years ago. Went on vacation with family and the hubby. That's him back there. That's Juice right there, taking the photo. Anyway, it was just a reminder to me to kind of keep on my fitness and try to maintain the figure. Okay, as you guys can see, good mother. I have no kids yet, but I know you guys have been asking a lot if I ever want to do that, and I do. But that's one of my goals on here as well. I'm a big bargain hunter, so I always put this stuff in style for less. That's basically how I put it there, so I could still, look good, but I don't have to spend a gazillion dollars to do it. You know what I'm saying? This is my hot and heavy vacation with him, and that goes along with kind of this picture right here. That's Juice and I being goofy in a photo booth or whatever. Think positive. Live longer, things that I really, really try to focus on. This right here is my dream kitchen, okay? In the future, oh my God, I die. The most amazing kitchen ever, stainless steel, everything. Look at that wine thing, ugh. Anyway, here's another look at it. Love it. Live big, just things that I took from magazines, and I just cut them out literally. I box. You guys already know I love watching boxing, and I love to box. This is actually a boxing glove. Relax. That's huge for me because I am always working, and even when I'm not working, I'm working. So I have to just get better with that. Let's see here. Stress less. Watching my eating habits. Be inspiring. Be loving. I love Louis Vuitton. And you guys already know that, so this is kind of something that I just put up there. This is my dream backyard, my dream home, things that I would love to attain in life. Again, this is just for inspiration. Doesn't mean that that's exactly what it's gonna look like or whatever. But again, just something that you can look at and keep you focused on what you're doing. Let's see. Biggest thing for me has always been freedom, which is why it's in the middle of my vision board right here. And freedom for me is a lot of different things. It's not just freedom to just do what I want per se from a personal perspective. It's freedom to do what I want from a financial perspective. It's freedom from a lot of the shackles of society. It's freedom from a lot of the shackles of the job. It's just freedom in general. It's a huge term for me, which is why I have it tattooed on my arm in French. Okay, so that's huge, 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 huge. So that's why it's in the middle of my vision board here, because that is the biggest goal that I'm going to attain. I'm working hard to get there. Road to reinvention, I'm always reinventing myself. I always consider myself a jack of all trades, and so I'm always looking to do that. So on this side of the board is more of Juice's stuff, and like I said, he doesn't really do a lot with the board. But he did put some things on that he wants. This is his dream car right over here. That's the QX56. One thing on here that I put also very prominently up here on the top is extras, and I put a line through it with a permanent marker. Basically, that means extras, as in people that are just extra in your life that you do not need, that are not necessary, whether it's their drama, whether they're full of BS, whether they're naysayers, or whatever the case, they gone. And I've done a lot of that. I've gotten rid of a lot of them extras, especially since I put that up on my vision board, okay? So anyway, this is it basically in a nutshell. I didn't want to bore you guys to death, but it just kind of gives you some ideas of what I put on my vision board, some things that you can also do with yours. There's so many different ways that you can do this, but this is just the easiest way for me, and put it in a place where you know you're going to see it on a day-to-day and feel inspired and be reminded of what it is that you're doing and why it is that you're doing what you're doing and going through what you're going through. I cannot tell you how much of a difference it's made in my life since I started doing this. It's probably one of the most amazing things, and I swear by it. And I always tell people if they're looking for that inspiration to create a vision board or something of that nature. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed it, and yeah, hope you enjoyed it, guys. Hope that gave you guys some inspiration. Definitely check out the book. It's definitely worth it. If not, check out the videos down below to give you some more insight on it. Like I said, a lot of what I'm saying is very, very much paraphrased, but I definitely invite you to check those things out. I also want to give you a couple of other examples in case you don't necessarily want to put the time and the energy into making a vision board like that. One thing that I did when I was auditioning for my job at the news station is I basically put it on my vision board. I put, you know, a little printout on my vision board that I wanted the job, that I was going to attain that job at the news station. So I put that on the vision board, and I looked at it every day when I got up in the morning, and that was just kind of my thug thizzle. That was what I chose to do. But the other part of it was because I was so nervous about the audition process. It was grueling. I went through so much during that thing from an emotional perspective that what I did every single day was wrote down affirmations, and it was literally an affirmation of the same sentence every single day throughout the audition process. And I did it every day 25 times. And that was just kind of something that I chose to do. It's not something that the book itself told me to do. It was just kind of something that I wanted to do. My best friend Crystal also was like, write down your affirmations, write down that you want it. And so that's what I started to do. So I actually want to show you the actual notepad that I used and what I wrote. So all I did, this is my little notepad. Hopefully it focuses here. Okay, and I literally put traffic reporter for Channel 4. That's me. My handwriting sucks. I know. Okay, and literally that's all I did every single day. I wrote down 25 times, I am the new traffic reporter for Channel 4. Not I'm going to be, or I think I can, and none of that. I am going to be the traffic reporter for Channel 4. And that's exactly what I wrote down every single day up until I got that job. And so I actually kept this because it's such a true testament to what I went through, and that when I got the job, it was just amazing. It was amazing. This is actually the piece. This is actually the last one that I wrote right before I got told that I got the job. So just wanted to show that to you guys. Another thing you guys can also do, my husband does this a lot. Juice is a lot more of a writer than I am. I'm more visual, which is why the vision board works for me so well. But for him, if there's goals that he wants to attain, especially if they're more immediate, like things that aren't necessarily for the future, but more now, he'll write it down on a piece of paper and keep that piece of paper with him at all times. So as he's working, he kind of looks back at the piece of paper to kind of remind him of why he's doing what he's doing. So he'll write a whole list of things that he's going to do over the next month that he wants to attain in that month, and he'll keep it with him in his briefcase and keep it moving. And so he'll always have it with him. So if he ever needs a reminder of what he's working so hard for, it's right there. And the other thing that I would suggest too, if there's something you're trying to attain, again, that's immediate, more immediate than more long-term, or maybe it's a long-term goal, like let's just say you're trying to get a certain amount of money, or you're trying to make a certain amount of money in life, or whatever the case, write a check to yourself and put it someplace like on your ceiling or your headboard or in your bathroom on your mirror where you know you're going to see it every single day, maybe on your dash in your car, whatever the case. I mean, obviously cover up the personal and banking information, but you know what I'm saying. I did have checks up on my vision board, and I do, but I took them down, obviously, because they have personal information on it, but I highly recommend that too. So if you don't want to necessarily put all the time and energy into making the vision board, you can do something like that where it's just simple. You just have it right there. It's whatever that goal is. It's on your mirror. So when you get up in the morning and you brush your teeth, that's the first thing you see. And you see it every single day, and it just constantly reminds you of why you're getting up, why you're busting your butt at work, why you're dealing with the stuff that you deal with on the day-to-day, because you're trying to attain that goal. I'm telling you right now, I can't tell you enough how much having made this vision board has made a difference in my life. And I know that sounds so weird, and I don't want to seem preachy, but it's the honest to God truth. Everything that I have put on that vision board that I've taken down has been things I've taken down because I've accomplished those goals. And a couple of them I had forgotten that they were up there because I'd put them up there so long ago. And my husband, Juice, had to remind me. He's like, I need you to go take a look at your vision board again. And I'm so used to seeing it that I totally missed that I'd made 2 major accomplishments. And that day when he told me to look, I looked again and I was like, oh my God, 2 major things, one of which was to be on television. That was one of them. Never in a million years would I have thought I was going to be on television on a news broadcast per se. I've done televised things, but I wanted to be more. I wanted it to be more like a bigger conglomerate or whatever. Not knowing how I was going to get there at all. Okay, and that was one of them. And there were some other things on there that worked out too. So. Anyway, I hope this helps. I know a lot of people were asking me to show my vision board, and like I said, it's real easy. You just need some scissors and, you know, some inspiration, just some thought process, and get some magazines and get to going. So anyway, if you guys have any questions, or if you guys have a vision board too that you want to share, feel free to make a video response and put it down below, or you can also just put your comments down below. Let me know if you guys have done anything like that. Share your stories, because I know there's other people that might find those helpful and inspirational. And again, it's definitely worth the read, at least the first book of the Secret series. Again, there's a lot of people that follow this, and you know, it's hard. I'm not gonna lie, it's a very difficult process to do, because you're not always gonna be in the best and most positive mindset every day, especially because every day has challenges, you know what I mean? So I always have to kind of remember, hey, okay, stop thinking so negatively, come back to the positive, you know, and start thinking about why you're doing what you're doing, or why you're going through what you're going through. So anyway, all right, I'm long-winded as all get out, my bad. And anyway, hope this helps. So as always, follow me on Twitter, twitter.com/SocialiteSandy, and of course friend me on Facebook, facebook.com/TheSocialiteLife, and as always, follow my blog, TheSocialiteLife.blogspot.com, and of course Instagram. Follow me on Instagram. I'm at Socialite Sandy, and as always, you already know I love y'all, and I'll see y'all in the next video. Bye.